What up, B? It's that time of year. Football right around the corner. Pads on today. Oh, the action hot. Jake Sumner, head coach Eureka Wildcat Football. How you doing, Coach? How's the summer been?
Awesome, Andy. Good to have you back with
Great.
us, man. It's been a awesome summer. Just another great Eureka Wildcat football team. Bunch of young men getting after it this summer and getting bigger, faster, stronger, and watching them kind of bring it together.
You know, it's interesting because I don't think a lot of people actually know what the entire summer entails. So talk about some of the different things that the boys have actually done and the extra work, because boy, it showed today.
Yeah, I mean, it starts back in February, kind of when we had our first meeting. We do some open gym stuff. We get some leadership meetings, kind of going through the winter and into the spring. Throughout that time, I think we had about 95% of our guys in weightlifting class getting after it, and that's where, hey, that's
where it went.
That's the foundation right there, right, buddy? Get in that weight room, and you know, we had, like I said, 95% of our kids in a weightlifting class this spring. You know, this summer, 100% attendance throughout our summer weightlifting, and those guys come here. We had our good contact days this summer, and passing leagues and camps, and there's a whole lot of little things in between, but. You know, it's a great journey that those guys start back in February together.
Isn't that the truth, though? It starts all the way back in February and runs all the way to, if you're lucky, could be December.
And hey, that's the goal, right? And that's it's the elite get to make it to that point, and that's kind of when you start there and you kind of set the table for the season. That's where we're at. So.
And that's where we're going.
Yeah.
Today we got to put the pads on for the first time, got to see the boys hit. How about that energy out there on the field?
Oh, it was just a great sight. You know, it was kind of our first kind of go at it, putting the pads on, getting to hit a little bit. And, you know, it's just something in the air when you get full pads. You know, all summer we're shell. We don't do any full contact hitting. And, you know, gosh, this morning, you know, our boys it was fun, energy, did some situational stuff, did some, you know, drives, did some calls all within that. And, boy, just both sides of the ball, guys giving phenomenal effort, showing out, doing everything they need to do to get better. And that was kind of cool because today we kind of wrapped it up. Our freshmen came up and had a nice little scrimmage with our sophomores, and through that whole time, our varsity boys are just loving on them and supporting them, and that's that culture. That's what we want. Our slogan this year, mantra is commit the culture, and that was one of those things we love to see. So.
You know, and that stood out to my eyes right off the bat when I looked over and I saw a guy like Ryan Umbar walking over to the freshman, trying to cheer him up, trying to pump him up. You know, that's a senior remembering his freshman days, ain't it, Coach?
Yeah, and those guys, like you said, they, you know, that's the whole thing we try to say is pass it down, right? Pass it along to the next generation. And when those seniors, like you said, they have those memories of those old guys and they know those names, when you ask them who helped them, you know, it's cool for them to just all of a sudden, you know, turn the table and be that guy that's pouring in to the next generation. So I just love watching it.
It shows that they care. I think that's an important thing too, is because the coaches didn't have to get on them. It was cool to see parents in the stands today too. How about that? That was a neat feel too. But it's neat to be able to see that, or even somebody like a Kevin. Kevin went over after it and had some encouraging words to say to him as well.
Yep.
It's just that kind of leadership. And another one I want to talk about real quick, and I believe he's going to college somewhere, but Justin Selbert.
Yeah, Mr. Selbert, Mr. Princeton right now. He's, we call him the human computer.
No
so
joke.
That young man, academically very gifted and physically very gifted. And, you know, when you got a guy like him, you know, what makes Justin of those two intangibles, but he's just such a kind, caring kid, and he's out there. You know, our young guys are scrimmaging. He's got a
pack
of waters out there. You watching him just serving all those young guys, and you know that's a cool thing about that culture piece. You know, those guys drop that ego and they, you know, they try to pour into others as we kind of started off our practice, and it was just fun to watch that kind of, you know, cool, you know, almost 120 kids together out here, you know, just putting it all together.
It really was. We got a couple new faces on the staff in addition to three returning coaches as well. Can you talk a little bit about them?
Yeah, so a couple coaches. Coach Thornhill comes back to us, spent about 3 or 4 years with us, starting back 2014, and then I believe his last season was 2018. But he joins us again. He's going to be coaching our D-backs, and he's our special teams coordinator. And then we had Coach Hill. Coach A.J. Hill's coming to us from Illinois. He's going to be our JV head coach, JV offensive coordinator, and he's our varsity receivers coach. And then we also add Coach Kip, who comes to us as a D coordinator from another school, joining us as our outside linebackers coach and our JV D coordinator. And then we add Coach Lamison, who's a PE teacher here. He's going to be our new technology guy. We kind of have a nice, you know, we have so much, you know, bells and whistles. We need somebody to be in charge of that, and Coach Lamison is going to be joining us there. You know, I think our staff, you know, just as we brought those guys in, boy, they've jumped right in, and they are quality, competent, very
Absolutely.
energetic guys that have just absolutely poured
It
into our
was a
kids.
smooth transition right into it, and they've
Yep.
got along from the start. And we're just starting now, aren't we, Coach?
Yes, we are.
All right, what's coming up? Where are we going?
So big week this week again, another big week. Heading to the Jamboree next Friday, at 5
Almost
o'clock.
there.
Here at home, which is cool. We don't have to travel. Get to kind
Yeah.
of get that somewhat of a game experience, and that'll be fun.
We're looking forward to it. We'll talk to you next week, Coach.
Awesome. Thanks, Andy.
We the E, and we coming this year.